What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and in this video I want to discuss if the leaks we saw are credible or true or come true. What's the possibility of it being the history of Trunks, or what's the possibility of being about Trunks from Dragon Ball Super? Let's go. All right, guys, before we get into the video, guys, you know I gotta put in beautiful Halo, guys. They really do have some really cool stuff. I have ordered stuff from them, including the Dragon Ball, that jacket up there. I need those pants, still need those pants. But guys, check them out. The link is in the description box below, as well as those promo codes. So let's get into the video, man. So guys, I have to stress this again, okay? These things that was talked about this morning, guys, they are not confirmed. People took this and ran off with it, saying it's confirmed. Even content creators who should know better took this and ran off saying it's confirmed, guys. It is a leak. Leaks are not always real information, okay? Because source people, where they get, you don't know how that ended up there, okay? And if what you're wondering what I'm talking about is this right here, I got it pulled up here. Not there. That's a Game Rant article. That right here, okay? This is a pause from my video earlier. You can see my face there, guys, because currently right now they changed this, and they changed this because I messaged them this morning when I first saw this, and I asked them about it, and I asked them, was this true information or was it speculation? Which, looking back, was dumb, because if it was true, they're not going to be like it's true. But I don't know, they could have slid me a little info, be like, yeah, it's true, don't tell nobody, you know, I don't know. But anyway, they've changed this, and they changed it quick. I messaged them about it, did the video, and by the time I was done with the video, before the video was even finished uploading, they had already went and changed it on their website. But you can go and check that video out. It's on the channel under videos. But anyway, guys, I want to talk about the possibility, because if it is true, people are saying that it could be Dragon Ball, it could be the history of Trunks, and some people are saying it could be Dragon Ball Super Trunks. And both of them are very credible. Both of them have strong things in their corner to hold water. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the Dragon Ball Super one seems more strong, if it is, guys. And once again, let me say this is not confirmed information. I'm just saying, in the event that it is true, which one could it be? You see what I'm saying? So anyway, got to put that out there. Anyway, the thing about it being the history of Trunks that bothers me, though, is that the history of Trunks doesn't include Goku or Vegeta. Like, it's literally just Trunks and Gohan. But at the same time, this is DLC, and DLC is separate from the base game. You see what I'm saying? It does give more insight, and I can see why if they went this route, why they would go that route to tell the history of Trunks. Because if you're playing this game and you see Trunks there, and it's like, okay, there's Trunks, you know, I want to learn more about this character, you know, and having never seen the history of Trunks, you're going to want to know more about this guy from the future. So they could be like that. There's people who could be new to the Dragon Ball franchise who want to hear about how Trunks got here. You see what I'm saying? But it's interesting because in the game, and I mentioned this a couple videos ago, matter of fact, that I said that there is a reason why they put Trunks in the Super Saiyan God ritual. There's a reason. And whenever I was talking about the possibility of it not being Golden Frieza, who's the boss fight, this is a couple of videos ago. But anyway, there's a reason he's there, because it's a still frame, guys. It's not even a cutscene. How easily could it have been to put Videl there like she was really there in the series? Why go through the effort of putting Trunks there? Nothing is done by mistake. Nothing is done in error, guys, when they do stuff like this. They did that for a reason, okay? So he's there for a reason. He's in episode 1. You see what I'm saying? And by him being in episode 1 in position for the ritual, he's automatically dealing with episode 2 because they reached Super Saiyan Blue, because they reached Super Saiyan Blue because they reached Super Saiyan God first, and they did that through the ritual. It's interesting. Also, after you beat the game, Trunks isn't in your party, guys. You have to go to Capsule Corp, talk to Bulma, who's standing in front of a time machine with Trunks. Then he becomes a part of your party. But it's interesting when you do that because she talks about how she built the time machine to bring Trunks from the past to the future. Okay? Why? Why do they mention that even though we know that's not what happened? You know, it could just be Bandai's way of giving us future Trunks to be able to play with him. You see what I'm saying? I could be reaching too deep into the rabbit hole with that. I don't know. But all I'm saying is Trunks is being made relevant for some reason. You see, they could have even just put him in the ritual because, well, he's already in the game. You see, because they could think that, hey, people are going to say, why would they put Videl there if Trunks is there? They could just use Trunks. You see what I'm saying? Because even in the anime and the manga, whenever they did the Super Saiyan God ritual, had Trunks been there, there wouldn't have been a need to use Videl. Yet and still, they still could have did it right. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about the history of Trunks is this, guys. Watching the history of Trunks, go back and watch it. Is there enough fighting in there to merit an 8 to 12 hour saga? In my opinion, there's not. There's way more fighting in the Dragon Ball Super version. Also, it not only includes Trunks and a new transformation for Trunks, but it also includes Goku and Vegeta. This is something else that's interesting. If they were to do the history of Trunks, we would have to start out with a version of Trunks that doesn't even have the Super Saiyan transformation that we already have in the game with that Trunks. You see what I'm saying? So they would have to make, technically, a new version of Trunks. Or they could just make the same one, change his clothes, and strip him of the transformation, give him a new skill tree, etc., etc. And then you have to ask the question of this: if they do the history of Trunks, what's going to happen to that version of Trunks going forward in the future? Because, guys, remember the DLC, you can take that stuff into the main game. So are we going to have two versions of Trunks? That's where my hang up is with the history of Trunks. But for the Dragon Ball Super version, look at this. This is the screenshot from that video earlier because, guys, they changed the website. They took it down before I ever even had the video uploaded to YouTube. They already had changed this because I messaged them on Twitter and I asked them about it. I asked them, was it credible, you know, or was this speculation? And they basically replied telling me basically like it was a mistake. They didn't even say it was a mistake. They said that they're going to, I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to pull it up here in my phone and I'm going to read it for you word for word. You can see it in the community tab on the channel too, by the way. I did post a screenshot of that there. But they said, hi, thanks for the inquiry. We will look into this and amend the text to reflect the most up-to-date information if necessary. This would really be the most up-to-date information, but they completely changed it. And basically they just took out the future Trunks Hope arc and put episode or scenario. Okay. But look at the title. It says Hope with 2 exclamation marks. Future Trunks arc. Hope. First of all, guys, it says arc. History of Trunks was not an arc. The history of Trunks wasn't special. Technically, it was about the length of 2 anime episodes put together. It wasn't even an hour long. This says arc. In the developer, whenever he wrote that article here, let me pull it up for you here. Whenever he wrote this article, what does he say? He even mentions it right here. Where does he say it at? Okay, right here, this upcoming DLC is the first boss battle, Ball Z. The season pass will include 2 boss battle episodes and 1 additional scenario. Interesting. He says scenario. In terms of content volume, each boss battle episode is on par with a few sub-stories. The additional scenario will be on par with 1 story saga. So, guys, he's calling this a scenario, which would fit History of Trunks. He's not calling it an arc. He's calling it a scenario. Very interesting. But he's saying this scenario will be on par with a story saga. Why not call it an additional saga? So for those of y'all who saying it could be History of Trunks, there's strong evidence for that. Because he didn't call it an arc. Why would he say an additional scenario would be on par with one story arc? Why not just call it a story arc? You see what I'm saying? They're calling it a scenario. You know, I don't even think, let me look at this in my phone real quick. I don't even think that in the English version of everything, they call it a scenario as well. I think they call it, okay, so in the English thing, they do say a new story arc. So, I don't know. Scenario arc, I don't know. But stay with me, okay? They say that it's on par with one story saga. Okay, so the length of it is going to be that long. The history of Trunks, in my opinion, doesn't merit that long. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying scenario, like I said, but when you look at the scans and stuff like that for the DLC stuff, it says a new story arc. It actually calls it an arc. Be that as it may, guys, pay attention to the 2 exclamation marks in the title, Hope. Okay, so let's look at this. I am on the Funimation's website. You know, I have a Funimation account. This is where I watch my Dragon Ball stuff and other anime. Anyway, episode 48 of Dragon Ball Super. Look at the title of that. Hope. With what? 2 exclamation marks. One more awaken in the present, Trunks. Once more awaken in the present. This is interesting because this is actually the second episode into the Goku Black arc, and this is where everything really kicks off. It's SOS right here, not so much in that. This one, yeah, this is where everything jumps off. And then, like I said, look at the title, Hope, with 2 exclamation marks. Now, I believe personally, or I'm not even gonna say I believe, I would rather it be the Dragon Ball Super version because you still have Goku and Vegeta in there. You're also introducing Zamasu and Goku Black. However, my only hang up with that is they would be skipping over the Universe 6 and 7 tournament, which is pretty significant because literally everything in Dragon Ball Super broke away from that. Like everything in Dragon Ball Super came from the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. That's where they first met Zeno. That's where Zeno talked about putting on the tournament. That's where they first met Champa and Vados, and where Goku and Vegeta first found out. That's where we all first found out about the more universes being out there. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know why they would skip that. That's why I said in my last video that it's possible that the boss battle episode that we're getting next in episode 2 could have nothing to do with Golden Frieza. For all we know, we could be fighting Hit. Because the other guys, let's be real, we could be fighting Kaba and Hit, or we could just be fighting Hit. Because let's be real, the other guys in that tournament were no match for Goku and Vegeta. So, you know, and Hit would be a very good challenge because not to mention the guy here, the producer, Ryosuke, says here at the bottom, the second part of the DLC episode is still undergoing development. And I can't really spoil the details just yet, but take my advice. It may be best to start leveling and strengthening your characters as much as you can. Guys, that means whoever's coming in the next is going to be tough. And they bridge off of each other. Why would they go from Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue in episode 2 just to go take Goku and Vegeta completely out of it and go with the history of Trunks? To me, that doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to go Goku Black. If they're going to skip Universe, and I still don't like if they did that because that would mean they would skip Universe 6 and 7. But however, guys, I'm speaking in terms of Trunks. Okay? Here is what I think could potentially happen, especially with the fact, guys, that according to Kenzaru, 8 to 12 hours long. Okay, the game is anywhere from 30 to 35 to 40 hours long. 4 sagas, 40 hours, you're looking at 10 hours. This one is said to be, if you're looking from anywhere from, 8, I would say 8 to 10 hours. This one is about 8 to 12 hours. It is very possible. I'm going to put another thought in y'all's head. Could it be, and somebody else have said this too, other people have said this too, could it be that they are combining the two? They're going to do the history of Trunks, and also they're going to go into the Goku Black arc. Follow me. They could easily do the history of Trunks to give you a follow-up or a prelude to the Goku Black arc. Because think about this, if we just jump into the Goku Black arc and you never knew about the history of Trunks, you're going to be like, okay, how do we get here? You know, how did it get to this point? Where is Goku? Where is Vegeta? See what I'm saying? Do the history of Trunks. And it's only just a couple of fights. I mean, you could even just jump straight to when Trunks fight the androids, you know, and go back into the future. They could do a whole prelude kind of thing and then jump back into the present where Goku and Vegeta are there and stuff like that. Trunks appears, gets your help and stuff like that. I don't know. They could easily combine the two. They could make that work, but at the same time, that would have to be considered an original episode. So I just don't know, guys. There's proof for both. There's valid proof for both. Plus, in the Goku Black arc, there is a ton more fighting. You see what I'm saying? And not to mention, Beerus and Whis are still there. Guys, we're introduced to Beerus and Whis already with this DLC. Why would they introduce us to them and then take them away in the episode just doing future Trunks in the past? To me, that doesn't make sense. They are building a story. Episode 1, episode 2 go together, introduce you to new powers, new transformations. They even said in this article that they are introducing us to characters and transformations from Dragon Ball Super. Bringing characters and transformations from Dragon Ball Super. This DLC will allow fans to reach Super Saiyan God. Looking at the article here, they're going super minded here, guys. Why would they do this? Battle of Gods and stuff. Introduce players and beers from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, the upcoming. Why would they do that and then jump all the way back to the history of Trunks? To me, it doesn't make sense. I know people are gonna say, well, because Battle of Gods was Dragon Ball Z. You're right. The movie was Dragon Ball Z, but it was played out in Dragon Ball Super. Also, in the manga and the anime was done in Dragon Ball Super. I don't know. Also, we have to think about this. Golden Frieza wasn't in the manga. The Fukasu no F arc was not in the manga. So, with that being said, how are we going to get Super Saiyan Blue? Why even put Super Saiyan Blue in the game if you're still focused on Z? And if you're still focused on Z, why would you not do the history of Trunks first and then do the 2 episodes where we get Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God? That's why I believe it's the future Goku Black and stuff like that. Which, like I said, if that's the case, then that's going to be because they're possibly skipping Universe 6 and 7 unless, like I said, they make Hit the boss battle episode instead of Golden Frieza. Or they could put both of them. Who knows? I don't know. All I'm doing this video for is to throw those 2 ideas out there, guys, and let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. It's been an awesome video, guys. It's been a lot of great information. Please subscribe to the channel. Help me to reach that 15,000 subscriber mark. We can do it. We're gonna do it. Let's go, y'all. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.